You're not overthinking. You're protecting a wound. Subtle wins. One idea, 10 minutes, real change. It's 2 a.m. You're lying in bed, replaying that conversation from earlier today, the one that lasted 5 minutes but has been running on repeat in your head for 5 hours. Why did I say it like that? Did they sound annoyed? What did they mean by that pause? You rehearse what you should have said, calculate what they're probably thinking about you right now, plan what you'll say tomorrow to fix it. Your mind won't stop. And somewhere beneath all that noise, there's this exhausting question. Why can't I just let it go? Why can't I sleep? Here's what no one tells you about overthinking. It's not a thinking problem, it's a protection problem. You're not overthinking because you're anxious or neurotic or mentally weak. You're overthinking because once upon a time, not thinking nearly destroyed you. Someone you loved, someone you were supposed to trust, hurt you so badly that your brain made a decision. Never again. Never be caught off guard again. Never be that vulnerable again. So you became the person who sees everything coming, who reads between every line, who predicts every outcome before it happens. But here's the painful truth. The superpower that once saved you is now suffocating you. Let's talk about what's really happening and how to finally quiet the noise. Part 2. What is overthinking? Let's be honest about what overthinking actually is. It's not being thorough. It's not intelligence. It's not careful planning. Overthinking is your brain running danger simulations on repeat because it believes your survival depends on it. Think about it like this. You had a normal conversation with your boss this morning. They said, "Good job" on your presentation. A regular person hears "good job" and moves on with their day. But you spent the next 3 hours analyzing their tone. They said good, not great. Does that mean it wasn't actually good? Why did they walk away so quickly after? Are they planning to give the next project to someone else? By lunchtime, you've convinced yourself you're about to be fired. By dinner, you've mentally rehearsed your defense. By bedtime, you've updated your resume, all from 2 words, good job. This is what happens when your brain learns that safety requires constant monitoring. Here's how it started. Someone you loved. Maybe a parent who was loving one moment and cold the next. Maybe a partner who made you feel crazy for noticing their lies. Maybe a friend who turned on you without warning. Whatever it was, you learned predictability equals survival. If you can read the room, you can't be blindsided. If you can analyze every word, you can't be manipulated. If you can see it coming, you can't be destroyed. So your brain built an early warning system, and it worked. It kept you safe when nothing else would. But now you're scanning for threats that aren't there, running from dangers that don't exist, protecting yourself from people who aren't trying to hurt you. The philosopher Alan Watts said it perfectly. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts, so he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. You're not living in your life anymore. You're living in your head, in endless mental simulations of conversations that never happened and disasters that never came. Part 3. Emotional cost. So what does this actually cost you? It costs you the present moment. Your friend is telling you about their day and you're not listening. You're analyzing whether they seemed less enthusiastic when they greeted you earlier. You got the promotion, and instead of celebrating, you're already worried about failing at the new role. Someone says, "I love you," and you're calculating, do they mean it? What if they're just saying it? How long until they leave? You can't enjoy anything because you're always bracing for it to end. It costs you sleep, not just because you can't shut your brain off, but because rest feels dangerous. If you're not thinking, you're not protecting. If you're not vigilant, something bad might slip through. So you lie there, running scenarios until 3 a.m., exhausted but unable to stop. It costs you connection. Someone's trying to get close to you, and you're running a background check, testing them, pushing them away, waiting for them to prove they're like everyone else who hurt you. And when they finally leave, exhausted from your tests, you tell yourself, "See? I knew it. Everyone leaves." Here's the loneliest part. You can walk into a room full of people and still feel completely alone, because while everyone else seems to just be, you're doing advanced mathematics just to have a normal conversation. While they trust and relax, you're scanning, calculating, protecting. Carl Jung wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." The person who hurt you isn't even in your life anymore, but your brain keeps preparing for their return. That pain you're trying to avoid by overthinking, you're creating through overthinking. Part 4. Mind reset. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. You send a text message, a simple, normal text. "Hey, want to grab coffee this weekend?" They don't respond for 2 hours, and suddenly you're spiraling. Was I too casual? Too eager? Did I misread our relationship? Are they showing this to someone right now, making fun of me? By the time they text back, "Sure, Saturday work?" you've already written them off and convinced yourself you're annoying. You get invited to dinner, and instead of just going, you spend 3 days planning what you'll wear, what you'll talk about, what if they ask about work, what to say to people I don't know. What if there's an awkward silence? Should you bring dessert? What kind? What if they don't eat desserts and you look like an idiot? By the time dinner arrives, you're exhausted before you even leave the house. When someone gives you feedback, not criticism, just gentle, constructive feedback, and you spend the next week replaying it, wondering if they secretly hate you, if everyone's been talking about your flaws behind your back, if you should just quit before they fire you. So you start looking for the problem, creating problems, self-sabotaging to regain control. You meet someone who seems genuinely kind, and you can't accept it. You test them, push them away, wait for them to prove they're like everyone else who hurt you. And when they finally leave, exhausted from your tests, you tell yourself, "See, I knew it. Everyone leaves." Here's what you need to understand. None of this is your fault. These aren't personality flaws. These aren't character defects. This is what survival looks like when you learned the world isn't safe. Your overthinking isn't evidence that something's wrong with you. It's evidence that something was wrong around you, and your brilliant brain did exactly what it needed to do. It developed a strategy to keep you safe when safety wasn't guaranteed. But now you're not in that situation anymore, and the armor that once protected you is now crushing you. Part 5. Healing. So how do you actually stop? First, you can't think your way out of overthinking. I know you've tried. I know you've told yourself just stop 1,000 times. It doesn't work because this isn't a logic problem. It's a safety problem. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was trained to do. You need to retrain it. Second, when you catch yourself spiraling, stop and ask, what am I actually afraid of right here? Not the surface fear, the deep one. Usually it's something simple. I'm afraid they'll reject me, or I'm afraid I'm not enough, or I'm afraid of being abandoned again. Name it. Say it out loud if you can, because overthinking is your brain's way of trying to solve what your heart is feeling. Third, practice the 5-minute rule. When you notice yourself replaying something, set a timer for 5 minutes. For those 5 minutes, you can think about it as much as you want, analyze every detail, run every scenario. But when the timer goes off, you're done. You move on. Not because the thoughts aren't valid, but because beyond 5 minutes, you're not solving anything. You're just suffering. Fourth, build new evidence. Your brain is stuck in threat mode because it learned relationships are dangerous. You need to slowly show it something different. Notice moments when you were wrong about the danger. The friend who didn't text back for hours but wasn't mad at you. The conversation you thought you ruined that the other person didn't even remember. The vulnerability you risked that actually deepened the connection. Your brain learns through experience, not logic.
Fifth, let some things be messy. Not every conversation needs to be perfect. Not every text needs to be crafted. Not every person needs to be fully understood before you let them in. Sometimes good enough is actually better because it keeps you in your life instead of in your head. The psychologist Brené Brown said, "Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. The peace you're searching for exists on the other side of control." Here's the truth. You'll never think your way to certainty. You'll never analyze your way to safety. Real safety comes from learning to tolerate uncertainty, from being present even when you don't know how things will turn out, from trusting yourself to handle whatever comes, not because you've prepared for every scenario, but because you're resilient enough to figure it out. The goal isn't to stop thinking. The goal is to stop living in your thoughts and start living in your life. You're not overthinking because you're broken. You're overthinking because you survived something that required it. Now it's time to teach your brain something new. You're safe now. You can rest. Before you move on from this video, try one small thing tonight. Just one moment where you don't fix, analyze, or prepare. If your mind starts scanning for danger, don't fight it. Just remind it gently, "I'm safe enough for this moment." And if this felt like it was written about you, you're not alone. If you want, leave a comment with one word for what you've been protecting yourself from, not to explain it, just to name it. Share this with someone who's been living in their head too. Subscribe for more ideas that create real change in 10 minutes or less. One idea, 10 minutes, real change. I'll see you in the next one.